Hey, what's up everybody? We're here in the Snale Racing garage. Man, I sound like a TV announcer. Say hello to the GoPro.
What's up, GoPro?
Here we go. The last time I talked to you, I told you that my plan was to put a 4-liter into this 85 4Runner, and that is not the plan anymore. Instead, the 22 RE that came out got rebuilt and is going to go back in. So this changed our transmission plans as well. We're switching the transmission to a 5-speed R150. This truck originally had an automatic transmission in it. I was going to change it anyway. So we have 2 transfer cases. One of them is a front shifter and one of them is a top shifter, and I need 2 top shifters. So today I'm going to be tearing apart both of these transfer cases, replacing the shafts in both. And hopefully when we get in there, we won't see too much else wrong that needs replacing. Everything else should be able to be reused. I'll be doing all the bench work myself, but Knob will be here telling me everything that I'm doing wrong and how to do it the right way. And maybe he'll teach me some things too. So stay tuned. Are you helping me? I don't know if I can pick it up.
Oh, God.
Oh!
Look at that.
I don't know about this table, man. So, I see you brought a book for me.
Always start with a service manual.
We got, holy crap, look at this thing.
It's been used.
Yeah. You already got it open to the transfer page.
Easy.
So I don't even need you. I can just follow the instructions.
Yeah.
It should be that easy, right?
Theoretically.
I think you should come around here and talk to people about this. Tell them what they're looking at here, because I don't freaking know. What does this part do, man? Or is that like the below the level of this channel? You expect all of our viewers to know exactly what a transfer case is and what it does?
Sort of.
He does.
You should sort of know.
But why don't you give a brief overview for people who don't know? You know, we do have fans who follow us just because they like us. They don't really give a crap about our trucks. It's true.
So what the transfer case does is you're pulling power from your transmission here, and you're transferring power to either the rear drive or the front drive. I mean, in this case, it's rear or both drives or no drives.
So what you're saying is this thing transfers the power to either the front or the back?
Exactly.
I mean, should I just start by splitting it down the housing, or should I take off the...
You should read the book because that's why it's here.
Oh!
The difference between this is like a later model case. If we were using a like early first gen case, the shift forks on the front, how this has got this little stupid leg on here, you can't clear the front of the case without taking the entire case apart. This has to come apart from the back to the front. So since this stick's not in the right hole, it should come off first. This bracket's getting thrown away. 4-wheel drive light. Oh, look at that. I'll take the first part off. I'll pop its cherry.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Hard part's done.
Yep.
Remove front companion flange. Using a hammer and chisel, loosen the staked part of the nut. Using a hammer, tap the companion flange.
We can't do that because of the way this is.
Okay. So what can I do? The rear flange. Just go ahead and switch to the rear flange. See, service manual's more of just a guideline.
Oh, again, yeah. Like I said, the service manuals for the early stuff, 79 to 83 transfer cases are slightly different because of the way the linkage is. All of those early cases are a top shift case.
All right, so that flange is off. Now what can I do? Remove extension housing. Yeah, let's do that. Get a block. Perfect. Holy crap. Are they all gonna break like that one? This is not working for me.
It'd be way easier with air.
I know it would be way easier with air. Let me hear that. Fine. You know what? You're right. It would be so much easier with air. All right. Forget everything I said about not using air on this truck. Wow, that's way faster.
Holy shnikes. Alright, it's coming up.
Alright, I'll try it tomorrow.
Dude.
I can't do anything with my right hand. It doesn't work right. It's coming now.
So just grab hold of the top.
See, this is what happens with everything we do. If I just take too long, he ends up just pushing me out of the way for me. It's great. I've really learned how to use that to my advantage over the years. Some crap in there. So, remove the drive gear, the steel ball, the oil pump screw, and the bearing. There's some balls in there. I got it. Got it.
It's not bringing us from off there.
There you go. Wow. These are much longer. There we go.
Now we probably have to. This counter will probably fall out there, I think. Now we can either pull the front output off, just not bring any of this out, we're gonna pull out, or we can get these the interlock stuff out, so we can pull the shift.
Well, let's do that since it's already in this direction before we flip it over.
There we go. Crap.
I got it. I just, you have to hold your tongue the right way when you're doing that.
We're going to fucking drive the roll pin out actually to get that, because that's come out the front area. Alright, so you see there's a spring and ball in the hole.
And the one I just opened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get it out. Spring should just be right on the top. Underneath there should be the ball.
Maybe. Oh, got it.
These are our oil pipes. Those just fall in the hole. We'll take them out. There's a roll pin right here we need to get out. There it goes.
You're just hoping I hit my finger.
No, I'm not. Did it move?
Oh yeah, it's halfway out.
Okay, did it clear? All I gotta do is clear the rod.
Oh.
Again, don't do it like that.
Yeah, this piece is in great shape.
So what that does is that's engaging your four-wheel drive, two-wheel drive there. And there's no need to pull that pin all the way out. Just get it off the rod. We'll have to drive these pins need to come out so we can get it, and then get the rest of the way out. And again, you don't have to punch them all the way through. Just enough to clear. There we go. Grab that piece and flip it out. Okay. It's not coming. There you go. Now the front case can come off. That guy. Snap ring.
Dude! Why can't I get it? Well, at least the snap ring works really well. Ah, so close.
Yeah, it's pretty fun for me actually.
Is it? I'm never gonna get it. Ah. Whoa! Hey, there it went. I guess the camera's really not getting any of this.
Don't get excited. It's just a cross member bushing.
Voila!
So now you can take off the reduction housing. Can't do much without a hose. Let me see that bracket. Now you can fight these. The snap rings want to come off there? Peel it up. There you go. Yep, so you don't let it flip out. There you go. That.
Just like that. And now
That cover should come off. Okay, so ultimately what we're doing is we're taking that gear,
Which gear?
the input gear.
We're going to replace it with a different one. That is, and the only thing that's different about it is the spines out here. The rest of it still all works the same.
Go ahead and tap this counter gear on.
We need to clean this housing before we put it all back together because
Exactly.
it's. Look at it.
It's dirty, so dirty.
Okay.
21 verse 23 spline.
Oh yeah, look, it's even.
It's not huge, but it's definitely a little bigger.
Yeah.
And we don't have the neck down or any of that stuff in there. But they're the ones the same.
Hey, we're back. We are back. We're back. So now we've got transfer case number 2 up on the table, ready to disassemble. But first we're going to talk about why this one looks different from the other one. Aren't we not?
Why does it look different?
Well, I mean, I know the answer. I know the answer. Only because he told me like 5 minutes ago. Why don't you tell everybody else?
Okay, well, like on the other one, the stick goes in here and your selector is actually through this top plate. In this instance, the back of the transmission bolts up here and there's an opening that would be in the tail housing of the transmission where you do your shifty route. Thus, it being called forward versus top shift, forward shift. And so what we'll have to do is get in here and swap these forks out, or one of the forks out, so we can use it as the crawl box.
So we're gonna take it apart. Hey, this was the easy part that you took off last time. It's not coming off easy this time.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, I'm supposed to hit it like I mean it.
Definitely nicer looking.
Definitely cleaner.
Watch that ball doesn't fall.
Oh, right. Oh.
Watch your eyes. Hey, yeah, it's like that. How much cleaner this guy is.
This one. Oh, look, there's my glove.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, it is much cleaner than the other one. Full show. That's probably enough.
Cool, perfect. Spray them. I'll stick the magnet in there.
Oh, look, no, it's right out.
Oh my God.
I can't do anything with my right hand.
Dude, enough.
Or my left hand. Okay, stand over there. Here. Yeah. All right, what am I doing here? Just taking this input out.
Yeah.
Snap ring.
Snap ring.
Snap ring.
Okay. Oh, how'd you do it so fast?
Well, I've only done like 6 at this point. Okay, it's out of there. Look at this.
Dude, what in the actual are you doing? That is not the tool for that. That is
Yeah,
not the
totally.
tool for that. That is not the tool for that.
It will work.
No, it will not. Put those down.
But
Put them down.
but
Put those down.
Look, it'll work. You know, It is really hard to get you to show any emotion. Except when it comes to tools. Ah.
Stop doing what you're doing.
Okay, now this one's going in the parts washer. So these are all junk shafts. I'm gonna steal a snap ring off of this one, and the bearing off of this one, and the bearing off of this one.
What should happen to that one?
What did happen to this one?
Ooh. It might have got broken.
Yeah.
Somebody might have broke that at Rubathon.
Yeah. Oh, so this was the first time you broke your transfer case?
Yeah.
Not the second time?
Yeah.
Do you have that one?
No, send it back for warranty.
Yeah.
I don't put truck wear parts on my truck anymore either.
So what I'm gonna do here is
Put that clamshell thing around that there burn.
oh yeah, that's much better.
Yeah.
I had to do that all over again.
I know, right? Very.
All right, now this all goes back together again after some cleaning. This is gonna be the most exciting part of the video. I'm gonna wash parts. However, unlike Knob, I am not OCD when it comes to washing and polishing parts. So this is not gonna be like the 8274 where he spends like, seriously, I think he polished that thing for like 6 weeks. I'm not kidding you.
That's bullshit. That's
No.
seriously bullshit.
I'm not Knob. Woo, it's stuck together. That was random.
We're polishing those. They're gonna be shiny.
You say whatever you want. Cool. You could probably stop filming now. Maybe cut away to a piece of something different because this is going to get very monotonous very quick.
Yeah.
All right, an hour later, covered in great clean and everything, we have clean parts. Look at those. Much better. All right, let's get some food. Okay, it's time to put the transfer cases back together again. We finally got all the parts in we needed. I'm gonna start by pressing off one more bearing so that I can reuse this shaft. This one right here.
Press it. Press it.
What if the bearing explodes?
You're just cool. Go.
I'm not looking. My eyes are closed.
Put your bad face to the exploding parts.
I don't have a bad side. There we went. I want to go down too.
I mean, you can, but that thing takes super long to pump, so.
Yeah, that's true.
I hate when it takes super long to pump. What? And we're back. You want to make sure that you get the overseas shipping spunk off of these parts before you install. What we have to do next is modify these shift forks so they can work in conjunction to each other, because with the crawler case what ends up happening is these shift forks can contact each other and either not allow the rear case to go into high or not allow the front case to go into low. You can see how this has got that little detent right there or whatever. How it's got the flat spot. So on the old 79 to 83 cases, which is what this is the other shift fork out of that, you can see how these relationships go together. So the early shift forks were cut back here and you didn't have to deal with that. So what we're going to do essentially is cut this shift fork down to that size, and then this will go in the rear case, and then we won't have to worry about these hitting each other.
So according to Gnob, I'm going to be able to follow along in the book. I mean, he told me that during disassembly. I ended up not using the book at all because it didn't have anything to do with what we were doing.
Because you used my brain instead.
Because I used his brain instead. But to put it back together, he swears that I can use the book. I just don't get, how can I use the book when I am not putting it back together to factory spec?
We're putting it back together at a different factory spec.
Well, there you have it. Okay, to work. It's going in this hole, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what she said. Does this go like this?
Not well.
How about like this? This way?
Something.
How many different ways do you think I can do it before he loses his mind and comes over here?
There you go. You just need to expose that snap ring groove.
It's not quite in there. There we go. All right, what's next? Install the bearing retainer and torque the mounting bolts. Bearing retainer. Such a mess. I'm such a mess.
12.
Yeah, I know, my 12's missing.
No.
12's is probably on a different extension.
Is it that one right there?
You see it? It's 17. Hey, look, there's a 10.
I wouldn't keep my box organized either.
What was that? You talking shit? I'm a mess.
Did you
Hey,
find
look,
it?
there's a 14.
Did you find it yet?
I'm finding all kinds of shit in here. And another 14.
Find it yet?
And another 14.
Dude, get a 12.
I have 3 14s. I mean, I'll get the torque wrench if you want me to. Click. And the detent is here. Install needle roller bearings and transfer drive gear. And that fits over those bearings. Nice. Install clutch hub.
Assemble as a unit and then assemble.
It worked much better that way.
Jenga.
We'll just do it this way. Watch now, I'm not gonna be able to get it back together again. There we go. There we go. Install front drive gear. There we go. Now I can see the snap ring groove. Snap ring groove, not the actual snap ring.
Right. All right, here's a little quickie on the seals that we're using for this transfer case. This is your front dust cover and seal. That's your actual front output seal. This is your rear output seal. And this is the seal that goes in that hole right there. We're gonna go ahead and assemble this front cover and get that front shaft covered up.
Oh, that is not going flush.
That's what she looks like all Dundee there. You just tap that seal down there until it's flush on that rear face. And then you can see the felt and that dust cover go on there. You can also see this has got the relief for the oil right there. You want to make sure that all those parts line up when it goes together.
Just the gear?
Bearing faces, yeah.
Line with these other gear teeth?
Just put it in there and pop it in. That's it.
Alright. Oh, yes.
Line that guy up. Put those. You good? You good?
You know, when I took this apart, I made a note to myself that there were the 4 long ones and then all the other short ones. But damned if I remember where they all go.
I think the book probably tells you.
Yeah.
Those towels lined up and then make sure you give your gas.
There we go.
Hold it down.
These are all the same length, right?
Oops, don't do that. Don't do that. That might be too long. Shorter one?
There aren't any shorter ones. There are only 2 different sizes.
Okay.
Install bearing, oil pump screw, locking ball, and speedometer drive gear.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, so how does this go? Bearing first. And then the big one. Does it go face down? So yeah, probably the threads go together, huh?
Mm-hmm. Somewhat. They just sit together.
Install extension housing with new gasket.
Okay, so you need to.
That's this one, right?
You need to change the seals out of that piece.
That one's not going. Are there any dowels?
Come on now. Now you need that other gear,
The other gear.
the counter gear that goes in the bottom there.
You mean fill up this big hole?
Yeah. You need to put something in that hole. Okay, so the last thing we need to do before we put that in there is this guy needs to go. I guess it goes that way, huh? Something like that. And then this needs to go in.
All right, ball.
Ball. It's a decent ball. Goes in the hole first.
And then the spring.
And in there. There you go.
That went almost too smoothly. Now I can put the long bolts in.
Yep. Here, let me set these down real quick.
He just can't resist.
Can't resist.
I know this project has dragged on far too long for his standards.
That project is dragging on way too long for my standards. Really, if you set my standards at how long that project's taken, I don't have any standards.
We have had that car for a little while. He is going at it with my ratcheting wrench. Seriously, those were some of the best things that I ever bought. And there's a shorty for this one over here. I can't get it in the hole. Okay, I got it.
Last snap ring.
Which one did we decide it was? The little one?
Yeah. Last snap ring of the main case build here.
If she can get it in there.
She can get it on. It's very challenging.
It's very challenging. Mother of pearl. Why is this one so hard? Why? Because I'm trying to do it sideways. Like, why am I making this harder for myself than it has to be? Get your stupid ass in there.
Yeah. It looks like it's transfer casing.
Okay.
4-wheel drive light. Grab one of those pigtails that's sitting right there. And 4-wheel drive light. Part 1 is done. This is the Marlin Hardware pack for the adapter plate. We're going to modify the shift fork. We need to weld this little keyway onto that shift fork. This is just your old 4-wheel drive light plug-in, and then all the studs and everything that will go in there. So basically what we're doing is that keyway goes on there like that, so your stick shift will fit in that hole.
So your stick shift will fit in the hole.
Shifter will fit in the hole. Okay, what are we doing here?
Putting the output shaft together.
Okay. This is just like the way the other case goes apart. That's the output shaft, so that cage bearing goes on there. And your main gear. And you've got the little ball relief again. And that washer's got a relief to hold the ball in place. And just like that. And that whole guy slides down in there. Hold together, flop it over. Then the snap ring provided just snaps on the back of the shaft here. You gotta grab it like you want it. Felt like it was.
Yeah.
And pocket bearing, counter gear. Slips in.
Come on, slip in.
Yeah.
Don't you flip it over and snap ring this one?
We need the other input shaft. See, that's what that's supposed to do.
There we go.
That looks like...
That looks fantastic. Hell yeah. All right. We got a bed now?
All right, so a couple little things we want to touch on here real quick so we don't put this video out and you're like, yeah, you weren't done with it. Things that we didn't really talk about were the drive shaft flanges. You can see we just don't have a flange on the front here, and basically the reason that is because the flanges we use are going to be dependent on the drive shafts that we use for the cores and that stuff. You can see that I did put a rear on here, and the reason was that keeps everything stacked up. The speedometer gear and the oil pump are kind of starting to fall out, and that ball wanted to fall out, so this is just on there temped. The other thing that we did while we were here was just plug in the speedometer gear, and there's a couple different choices because the trucks had, you know, some different sizes, so this is probably going to be the right one. We'll just see how that goes when we get it in there. And then finally, like I said, this is the plug that came with Marlin kit, so you just put a little sealer on there and put it in that hole. And then the other piece that we didn't talk about to begin with was your actual other gear detent ball and spring need to go in this piece of the adapter. So you'll reuse your ball, reuse your spring, and put it in the adapter plate. That gives you the detent for this front case. And then I guess I ended up finding another clip to retain these bearings in there, so that keeps the bearings from doing anything funny before you go to like mount it in the truck. We're not really 100% what I'm gonna do for sticks. I think probably we're gonna end up doing like a triple stick action, just to keep the interior of the truck clean and not really cut it any more than we have to. That'll put all 3 sticks over the front case here, which will be in generally what will be the stock location of the vehicle. So in my rig, it's not that big of a deal, but because of the way that this is, the rear case is pushed back a little bit more because it's a 22 RE, and we just don't really want to cut the interior. So probably we're going to look at a triple stick to put in there. I guess cross member is kind of yet to be determined. I'm leaning towards going with Skies Off-Road. We'll do that, and I can use a stock, 2 of the stock transfer case mounts to get this thing done in there. And I think that's about it. If you have any other questions or anything, let us know. We appreciate you watching. I hope you can take something away from this video. Like I said, none of this shit's sponsored. I just use parts that aren't shitty. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Check us out on Instagram. You can check out my website, snaleracing.com. Yeah, peace.
That wraps up another episode of Snale Racing.
Thank you for watching. Please make sure to like and subscribe.
You like that?